Hello, everyone. Kris here. I want to talk about groups and belonging to groups. And my question is, and this has been a question for myself for many years and one that I've been working on, but also it's one that I see changing and evolving for so many other people. Are you allowed to be who you are in present time, just as you are now, and however you choose to be? Because you might be going through big changes in your life and it changes very quickly. You might be so different this month than you are evolving to become in the next couple months. It happens. And that can be exactly by design. You want that. You're growing in some way. You're changing. You're becoming something that you want to become. So my question is, do you get to do that and keep growing and changing and still be part of a group? And I don't think that you can't. And you are already a member of many groups, whether you participate actively, you were born into them. They are part of groups that you by default belong to because of who you are, what culture you're in, what country you're from, what gender, like just all the different things. There are groups that you naturally fit into, even if you don't necessarily agree with or get along with all the other members of the group. You don't have to. You can be part of a group where not everybody is in alignment, and it's okay. But my question really is, and this is the challenge too for all of us, do you get to be who you are authentically? Can you belong to a group and still have your space for you? Are you expected to, in any particular group that you're part of, to kind of dumb yourself down or limit who you're being? Maybe not like really light up the full you, maybe just bring a part of you. Now, maybe that's also by design, like in your family group. If parts of you are not validated, different parts of you that you're growing or how you identify yourself, if that is not maybe fully received in a group like a family group or maybe other places you are in the world, you might put that part of you kind of in the background, or you might sort of protect it. And that's not wrong. The main thing is that you know that that's still you, and you might choose to, in a particular situation, not bring something forward because you're not inviting anybody to comment or judge or throw energy at it. I remember doing that a lot, or learning to do that as a young teenager, and I think a lot of teenagers do this. Like you go from being a child who maybe is just authentically being exactly who you are, and nobody is telling you that you can't, not yet. I mean, people might be trying to form you and guide you. That's their job. The adults are all like, here, try this, don't do that, don't run in front of buses. I think that's really good forming of programming. However, if you're being authentically one thing or another and developing that, you're not an expert at it yet. You're not perfect at it yet. You're just becoming a particular thing. It's just starting for you. And so it's hard to like go out and then be that and have somebody laugh about it or make a nasty comment or judge you or shut it down. And when that happens, it tends to make you not want to be that in front of people. You might hide those parts of yourself. Somebody shames or puts down parts of you, and that can be a specific skill or talent or something that you're doing. And it might just be that it's you. Maybe you're naturally funny, or you're naturally vivacious or open, or you just love to sing, or all of these things, like to really shine. And there could be somebody saying, you're too much, or tune it down, or we don't like that, or you're a terrible singer. And then that could be a point in your life, you might not even remember it, when you start to shut something down. And you're no longer being fully yourself because something happened and you don't want to be judged or ostracized or made fun of in a group. And I know that we do that to each other, in many ways. People might say something like that to someone else because they're nervous about it, about their own ability, or they're thinking that how could they even do that? I would never do that because they're afraid to do it. But it's that growing and that that really that adulting, and the adulting can happen at any age. It doesn't automatically happen like when we become allegedly adults. That you can start to really ask these questions. Do I get to be who I am fully and be seen as I am choosing to be seen and still be part of this group? So there might be groups you leave. There might be groups that you limit your exposure to, but you're still part of. There might be groups where you go in and there's a particular face you put on for the group, and that's okay. I mean, if you're doing it on purpose to protect whatever, or you're like, nope, this is all they get to see because I'm not sharing this because they can't have it, that's fine. But the main thing is, do you have the groups where you can really be you? You can just show up and be you. And you don't need their approval. It's not about having the approval of everybody. It's about your approval of yourself. That's a hard one. I mean, we get very, frightened and squeamish and sort of shut ourselves down or hiding, especially when we're going through times of big transformation and growth and change. Things are opening up, and there might be, these different energies that come in and say, well, no, that's too much, or don't be all that. And that can just be the result of years of trauma and programming around when we did do it, when we did try, when we did show ourselves. It's funny, I look back at old photos and photos of people I know, family and friends, and just old things like that. But stuff we did and how really wonderful, and so many people were just so talented, and many of them kept it going or evolved it or became, they just had the whatever it was that could let them sort of become more of who they are, the determination. And others might have gotten caught up in people pleasing, or maybe they just really wanted to be in the background, like they saw their role as kind of being the person helping others do that, and that's fine too. That's not a wrong place to be. The key is, do you get to be you? And the thing that really helps you do that, helps you be you in any group, is getting to know you. You getting to know you. It's more important that you get to know you than that you kind of play authenticity games out in the world with people like, I'm going to be the real me so that they know me. It's really about you just being you from within yourself. And then others can show up and experience that because it's there. You're not having to put it on for them or put on a show or try to prove anything. You're just doing it. All right, that's my thoughts for this week. Really good to talk to you today, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you so much. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and check out my links below in the whole thing below this video. I've got a website, a Substack, podcast, and all kinds of things that I do. All right, be well. Have a great week.